Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and this was a super fun one for me. It actually came together super quick. I'm back with the Jenny collection and I have tons of scraps at this point, so I'm really trying to do one of those layouts where I just lay all the scraps down how they are and go from there. So on the one page I did with the aqua and the yellow, I had this strip of the aqua from what I trimmed off of that one to mat it on the yellow. So I'm trying to keep that in one piece and just having it go around one corner of the design. And then I have a huge chunk I gutted from that yellow that I'm going to have in the middle of this polka dot paper. And I thought it would be fun to try and create a mini scrapbook page on the page. So I'm going to be working exclusively within this yellow grid, and I thought that would be really cool. This is kind of a funky page with how these layers came together. I think it looks so cool though. But there's a lot of big chunks that are covered, so I'm going to gut the big chunk of polka dot that's going to be behind this big piece of the yellow grid and get that together. Once that's down though, this is basically my 12 by 12 I'm working from here, and I'm just going to plonk down some of my scraps I have from this collection and just leave them how they are. Again, the chunks that are kind of larger, I'm going to continue to gut. I'm still going to see if I can get another page out of this collection. I think I have one 12 by 12 left after this. So any of the scraps I can gut from any of these layers will go towards helping me layer on that page. But I'm just going to get these scraps laid down pretty much how I just laid them out on the page. I love doing this. It's one of my favorite parts of killing a kit, is when I get to the end with all of these scraps and I just get to throw them down and make something with what happens. So I really like this design already. I really enjoyed the two pages I've made that I think are my favorite with the Jenny collections are the ones that I pulled the yellow and the aqua in on. I think this is such a fun color combo. And with the black and the white, I think it just has this bold pop, and I think it's so cool. I did want to pull in some more of the black because it's looking very white between the polka dot and this heart pattern paper. So I think having this black strip pulling the black out from the white and black patterns really helps ground all of these layers. And again, I always think it looks super cool when you throw some black into a really colorful layout. It just makes it so bold. So I just wanted a more horizontal strip to build from. I think that just lays very naturally on the page for the way I already had my layers going. But again, another huge chunk of this yellow grid is now covered, so I am going to try and gut a bit of that. And then I think I just get to embellish after this. But as you can see, this page came together really quickly. I really didn't try to think about it too much. I just took the scraps I had in this color scheme with the aqua, the yellow, the black, and the white, and just saw what I had left from the collection and tried to make something with it. So this is pretty much my paper layers. I'm going to get it all glued down so that I can then focus on my photo and my embellishing. This is a super fun photo. This is when my brother was home for Christmas last year from Hawaii. He's in the military. He's actually going to Germany here in a month or so. My mom and I are actually going to visit him in Virginia. He's a captain now, so he had to have some training before he went he was deployed again. But we have to we're visiting him as a belated birthday thing while he's in Virginia before he leaves again. But this was when he was home for Christmas, and we really love doing these escape room things. This is actually only the second one that I've done, but it was so much fun, and we were really short-staffed here because it was supposed to be a team of like 10, so we went in expecting we would be paired up with another group, and then there wasn't another group there. It was either they didn't show or they canceled, I don't remember. But it was just me, Thomas, and Becca that had to escape this room when you're supposed to have like a team twice as large. But it was really cool. It's kind of like asylum themed, and a patient got out and you had to like do all of these puzzles to try to escape. And there are like 3 separate rooms you get through before you finally escape. But it was a lot of fun, and we escaped, and we got our little ticket that says I escaped. The game was called The Patient, so I really wanted to get this little sticker included on the page too. I wanted it to have some dimension, but I didn't want to use the foam because the foam would have given it just a little bit too much dimension, I thought. So now I'm going through this whole process of trying to create dimension by just stacking up a bunch of these squares of black paper. So that's all I'm doing now. I'm just adding adhesive to all of these squares and stacking them on top of each other. I'm basically creating a chipboard element with this sticker. The sticker itself is kind of flimsy, so I thought by having it completely backed multiple times in paper, it would kind of give it more stability. So it just takes me a minute to get all of these layers down. That was probably unnecessary. I probably would have been completely fine just using foam dimensional squares for that. But for whatever reason, I really wanted to do this. But I want that sitting right next to the photo, so because they complement each other and kind of tells the story. I had a scrap of this little yellow scallop, so I just tucked that under the sticker so it would have a little grounded spot for it to sit. I also like how that pulled the yellow from the grid into the forefront of these layers. And then after I did that, I realized I had another scrap of this yellow, so I wanted to pull that in somewhere else as well. So I just used one of my tags from my stash as a template to trim that into a tag. And I'm just going to glue this little black hole reinforcer onto that so it looks like a real tag. But I really like this pop of this mustard on either side of the photo. I think frames it really well, and I really like how it brings more of the yellow to the forefront, like I said. But I'm just trying to get this tag made, and it's going to be tucked in right there. I'm just threading some black and white twine through it, again just to play on the black and white patterns that are already on the page. And I think these are pretty much my paper layers. I'm going to start going through embellishment. I had a little bit of this, you can see those branding strips to the left there. I had some scraps of an aqua and a yellow gingham branding strip. I really wanted to get those on this page just because they're in the color scheme, and I just wanted to get them used up, but I don't think they make it on here. But once I get this glued down, I go through my ephemera bits I have left over, and we will see kind of how I can finish this off. But layer wise, I just love how this looks. And I'm really pleased with how it's coming along. Here I'm trying with those branding strips. I tried, but it just seems like that would be the most natural place for them to go, but it detracted from that scallop, and I really like the simplicity of that yellow tag and this yellow scallop balancing each other without introducing any more layers or elements. So I decided just to leave it. There's already a lot of different papers and patterns going on. So I really didn't need the branding strips, but with there being these pops of the bold black, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to include another one of these chalkboard tags that Kelly included in the collection. And there's also some black and white florals that were from some miscellaneous collections that she sent me as well. So I thought this would be a great chance. I'm really trying to get all three of them used up. I really wanted to, especially because I thought this was probably going to be my last page with the Jenny collection. I'm going to try and get one more in. But I really wanted to get all the black and white things on here, and I ended up having to pull back a little bit. I really liked the one floral that's really black. I think that emphasizes the boldness I was going for with all of these pops of black. So I'm hoping maybe I can at least get that one on here. But I got a little stuck messing with all the florals, so I decided I would stop for a second and get my title down. I have not touched these Maggie Holmes stickers yet because I was so excited by the Felicity Jane goodies, but they really do go really well with both of these collections. I really thought I would use it more with the Hannah collection, but there were some black titles on here, and I thought they would be the perfect title or pop of black to introduce onto this page. So I'm just going to use the black Moments title from that sticker sheet and popping that at the top of these layers. I really like how it brings more black up there to kind of balance this black from this paper layer on the bottom of the page. But Moments by itself kind of looked like it was a partial title. There was another part I could have used from the sticker sheet on here, but I decided to go with my Tim Holtz tiny word stickers to finish off the rest of the title instead, because I didn't have enough room to really do any of the other words that were on that sticker sheet, but I knew the Tim Holtz tiny word stickers would fit in that gap to the left there next to the Moments perfectly. So I'm just rummaging through my stash now to trying to find that. I haven't used my tiny word like letters in forever. So I was really excited to get to use them on this page. And it's also this really cute little typewriter font. And for whatever reason, I thought it was so appropriate for this escape room, just because you're doing all these clues and stuff. And for whatever reason, like typewriters, I don't know, it just went with the font. I just thought it looked good. But now that I have that part of the title, I think I'm going back to try to figure out these florals. But I ended up taking the 2 other florals off, and now I'm still trying to do both of them. But that one, that's where I end up putting it. Yeah, I just think that looks so nice. I still am trying with this other floral, but in the end, I think that one that's kind of bolder and more black just goes so well. And the other ones, I was just forcing. And they're black and white florals. Like, I will get them on another layout. They'll go with almost any collection, so I wasn't too stressed about getting them on there. But yeah, here's my little tiny words. I'm going to go ahead and spell out love these in that gap to the left of the moments. That way the title reads together, love these moments. And I love the addition of the black. And like I said, the font is so cute. But I think that finishes out the title really well. I really love mixing and matching alphas, mixing and matching types of alphabets and sizes and stuff to create your title. I used to do it all the time because it's something that Mercy Tiara is really, really good at. I know I've mentioned it a few times over the course of scrapbooking, but she's really the person that taught me so much about scrapbooking. So I always tried to emulate a lot of the things that she does. And I think you can see her style a little bit even in mine now, just because she was such a huge influence in me learning how to scrapbook. But she used to do these really long, beautiful mixed alpha titles, and I used to just love how they looked, and I've gotten away from doing that. So I just had that thought run through my mind as I mix and match these 2 little alphabets, and like, oh, I love doing that. So hopefully I'll remember to do that more. But yeah, I think I did want to add one more pop of black towards the top, just because the scrap piece of black that's this bottom layer is so dominant. I wanted a little bit more to balance it, so I'm using one of those chalkboard tags behind the yellow tag, to pull in another layer. And I like that additional pop of black. And then I did decide to pop this floral bit up on some foam so there was some dimension. And then I think I'm going to go through some of the extras that Kelly sent me. I thought it'd be really cool to try and get some more wood veneer on here, but the wood veneer does not go with the vibe of this page. So what I decide to do is to paint them with black acrylic ink so that they would be black. And I think that'd be so fun and just add to the bold pops of this page. So in hindsight, I probably should have grabbed a different scrap of paper other than black so you could see this better. But all I'm doing is I'm just taking some black acrylic paint. I'm going to paint this wood veneer really quick. I did 2 coats. I probably would have been fine with 1, but acrylic paint dries so fast it really wasn't a problem just to do 2 coats of paint. But I think these look so cool in black, and I don't do that enough either. I don't alter my wood veneer enough, and it's because I like them in their raw state. But whenever I do paint them to coordinate with a page, I always really love how it looks. So you can see how those look now that they're black. They just pop off the page, and I thought it was so cute. And these cute little, I don't even know what you call these. They look like mini little suns, those other wood veneer. Just remind me of like a photo flash. So I thought that would be appropriate to pair with this black camera too, just because I wanted more than just one piece of wood veneer if I was going to pull that on the page. But yeah, I think that looks so cute. And then I'm just going through the rest of the goodies. I've been trying to be good about getting washi on almost every page. So I'm just going through my Henley washi. There are 2 hearts that are black and white striped. So I thought those would be really nice to pull in. And they stand off really well from this mustard yellow tag. So I'm just going to tape both of those down into that gap of the tag, and I think those look nice too. But that's pretty much it. After that, I think I'm done. I thought about going and adding some black Nuvo drops. I think those would have looked really nice too. But with these black wood veneer bits, I didn't want it to distract from that. So I pretty much just leave it like this. And this was such a fun page for me. It was so much fun to create. This one. So I really didn't have a thought in mind other than get scraps used, and those are usually my favorite ones. But I'm trying to think if I do anything else. I don't think I do. I do a little bit of journaling. Yes, I do. On the very, very bottom underneath the black layer, I do journaling, so I don't know where I went, if I'm doing that now or if I'm trying to do something else. There we go, journaling. So I'm just writing at the bottom of this. We had so much fun in this asylum style escape room. We escaped in the nick of time, January 2020. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love doing escape rooms. We need to do another one soon. But after I get my journaling down, that's pretty much it. So close-ups are coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.